good morning. Welcome to Dan and Minnie's Journey. Pushing the buttons and pulling the levers, getting everything all set up so it looks like a half-decent broadcast. Daisy Lynn's in the house. Larice, Crystal's Ride Adventure, Anime Reyes, Larice, the Philippines' most eligible bachelorette and socialite, and an all-around mighty fine person is here. Thanks for sharing it out. Pacquiao Mertz is here. Thank you everyone for sharing it out. Let's see, what do I do? I don't know, guys. I like the background music. What can I say? What can I say? I like the background music. All right. What are we talking about today? Oh, we're talking about food, but we have other stuff to talk about. Very important stuff. This is the last day of entry for the Big Spin contest. I don't think I'm allowed to call it the Big Spin or the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of People, yay! I haven't talked to Pacquiao Mertz yet about how we're gonna do this, but I imagine we're gonna broadcast it out on both channels if we can figure out how to do it. I think there's a way to do it here on this channel here on these controls that I have in front of me. But even if there's not to worry, because Pacquiao Mertz, all she'd have to do is just set the whole thing up, and then she would take over the spinning part of the live stream, which means that you would go over to her channel and then watch and then I would probably direct my camera on another device to her channel, and then you'd still be able to see both screens at the same time, her spinning the wheel and then me presenting to you in a separate window on StreamYard. So anyway, that's how we're going to do it some kind of way. I don't think it's going to take, rocket scientist planning in order to get this done. But like I said, this is the live stream where it's the last one where you could enter the contest. And so you guys know what the rules are. You can use one primary and two ninja accounts or two secondary accounts as long as you've got 3 gadgets in play. So don't cheat. We'll know if you cheat. As long as you have 3 gadgets in play, that means you have 3 chances to win, 3 entries to win, 3 entries, that is, on this live stream. And so what do we plan for? We're planning for 5,000 plus pesos. So whatever the rate is on the day you win, the main idea was to give away a $100 bill, USA money, but I can't do that because there's no way to get it to you. A crisp 100 USA dollar bill would have been nice. But so what we're going to do is whatever the Forex exchange rate is on the day, the second the winner is chosen, we're going to look it up in real time. That is the money that you will win. So for example, I'm going to look it up right now. I'm going to go into Google and I'm going to put dollars to Philippine peso. Current rate is, wow. Oh, that scares me. It's gone up a little bit. The current rate is 55.93. It's been on the rise. So wherever it is on the day, on the 31st, May 31st, 8 a.m., I'm probably going to make you suffer through an entire 2-hour live stream, and then we'll have the big spin at the tail end. Whatever the rate is for the winner on the moment they're selected, that is the wheel spinning and it lands on your name. Boom. We look up the Forex rate since it changes very frequently, and whatever that rate is how much money you'll make. So in this case, if you were to win on a day where it's 55.93, that means you're going to get 5,593 pesos sent to your GCash or your PayPal account. The reason why I'm bringing this up now, I hadn't talked about it before, it's because it's easier for me to send it PayPal if we have that opportunity. However, it's not a must. If it has to be Gcash and I have to run downstairs to the 7-Eleven, you'll have to give me a few moments to load up my Gcash card, my Gcash, and then I'll be sending that money off to you. So it's going to happen in as quick a time. I'm not going to let you wait. I'm not going to say, "Oh yeah. You know, I'll get with you tomorrow on that money thing." No, it isn't going to happen that way. If you want, if you know you're already entered in the contest, you can start firing off PM messages telling me, "Yeah, Dan, I have some of you I know have PayPal accounts. No problem with that." But if I don't know whether you have one or not, just send me a little message through Messenger so that I know, and then maybe we could avoid when you win. Maybe we could avoid having to figure out whether I'm sending it Gcash or PayPal. Okay, so we're good to go. Are we good to go on that? So this is the last live stream. Share it out. Get your friends here. They have 3 potential entries to win. Pacquiao Mertz, if there's anything else that you'd like to add, you can come on up here and we can talk about it before we get underway with the show. Yeah, I do want to have panel discussion because a couple of things came up before we get into the food talk. But we're gonna have a little bit of a lag here for a moment, so I can talk about 2 other important things. One of them is you got Typhoon Betty, who's I think Signal 2 now on the island of Luzon, and it's way up there, way up north, right? And so we're getting some inclement weather. I'm not going to lie to you. You know, we're getting some torrential rain. It's not continuous rain. It's like hits and then quits and then hits and then quits. We're getting that occasionally. We got it yesterday on the island of Cebu. It looks nice out right now, but I could see the clouds out there, storm clouds. They're kind of spotty. You know, they're in some places they're kind of breaking up a little bit. But I don't know. They look like it looks pretty nasty out there. And also, you have the other typhoon out there, Mawari. What is it? Anyway, that one looks like it's heading to the northeast. And see, we had Mike and Cora from Hey Joe, Buena Vista Dreamin', I think the channel name is, and they were heading out to Manila. I have not heard. They were headed out back to the States, back to California, at 6 p.m. yesterday, and I hope they got on that Philippine airline jet. I think they would have made it out. Without any kind of problem. I see Larry is in the green room and enjoying some Dunkin' Donuts and some coffee, 3-in-1 Copico. Enjoy that in there, and I'll be right with you. And I also saw Mac Daddy in the green room. Mac Daddy, I got your special blend in there, and so you can partake in the special blend, and that'll make the panel discussion a little bit more fun. All right, so then the other thing that caught my attention on the news for the Philippines was what is it? Let's see, typhoon. Wait. Let me bring up a comment here. Somebody made a comment. I don't know if I probably already missed it about what the typhoon name was. But anyway, the other thing I want to talk about is COVID. I know you don't really want me to talk about that. Maybe I'm not supposed to on YouTube. But you know, the cases have ramped up quite a bit in the Philippines the last week of April. And so it's a little bit concerning, except that the president of the Philippines has said there isn't any need at this point to change protocols. But I noticed that the reason why I checked into this is because I started noticing hanging around the malls that people were starting to, wear the attire again that we all have come to know and love, and so Everybody's walking around with masks everywhere, and it caught my attention. I said, "Hey, is there something going on that I don't know about?" And so it can be a little bit alarming, It could be a little bit alarming. Now, transportation, flying domestically and internationally, they still are requiring you to wear the headgear. And so I was talking to Man Minnie, and I was saying we better gear up because we do have a couple of flights coming up, and one of them is going to be, I think, Saturday. I keep saying the third. The third is the big spin at 8 a.m. June 3rd. I'm sorry, May 31st. June 3rd is Saturday, and that's when we're heading to Manila to meet up with some friends. So anyway, let's see. Let me bring up everybody before they disappear on me again. I can see everybody getting impatient. I got food for you in the green room. I don't know why you're, so impatient today.
That's because you forgot my Captain Morgan's spice rum.
Oh, hang on. Let me unplug my external mic. Yeah. Oh, I always forget to do that. I'm sorry. I apologize. Oi. All right. So go ahead. You were saying the rum.
Yeah, you forgot my rum. Go with my Coke.
Jack, I hope you didn't forget to stock up on your favorite libation. Thanks for being here this morning. And then we have the Mac Daddy himself is in the house also.
Dan, where did you get this cocaine in the green room, or is this just dust on the table? Wow.
What? You're able to see that?
Oh, man. I'm doing another big one right now. Oh, what?
Them are the good old days. Them are the good old days. What can I say?
Flying into Los Angeles, bringing in a couple of keys.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, heavens no. Heavens no. I don't want to do the rest of my retirement years behind, having to defend myself against
on the escalator.
Yeah. But as soon as they find out that, the virgin is in there, I'm done,
Well, you got to get one of them tattoos like I got. Did I ever tell you about my tattoo?
Is that the one of the bunny rabbit hopping into your, on your left butt cheek?
No. I got one on my butt. I got one on my butt cheek. Extra only.
Oh man. Hey, so okay, guys, I'm glad you're here. Let's talk about it. I know you probably know what I want to talk about. Maybe you don't. But did you guys see Steve's latest video, Philippine Information Channel?
No.
Nope.
You didn't see it.
I seen Larry's, that lazy Larry Lee guy. He puts out a killer video every Saturday night. You all got to tune in.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I'll tell you what. I got to tell you something. I think Larry's on the cusp of greatness, but
I'm telling you, it's more fun than a backwoods hoedown.
Yeah, and the thing is, look at what Tim did. Tim Dziak, I don't know how you say his name, Dziak, maybe the D silent. Tim is I don't know if he's here in the chat or not. He's an absolute genius.
I haven't seen him in the chat yet.
Yeah, when you know what I'm talking about, Larry, do you know what I'm talking about?
I've watched some of his. I'm not up to date right now. I'm behind on a couple.
His videos are going viral. Now, here's a sleeper channel, right?
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed going in there because Tim does different stuff, right? And so history, he spends time talking about the money, how that came to be, history of the Philippines, cars, transportation, different stuff, right? Yeah. And then, but every time here's the thing, whenever I would mention Walking Street, to Tim, maybe you need to do maybe you need to boost your channel experience, for folks by doing some videos on the Walking Street. He kind of was like a lot of other YouTubers that kind of go, man, I'm not a bottom feeder, I ain't gonna go do that. But he did the next best thing, which I think was absolute genius. It's Walking Street with a purpose, right? You can go in there with an agenda. It's not necessary to point your camera at all the girls, right? All the beautiful women hanging around the walking street. He's testing out his cell phone cameras and showing the difference in video stabilization, and uses the walking street as the background. I mean, now here's the thing. Here's the thing. They're shorts. He puts them in video short format.
Did
so you go in there and you see walking street video shorts, and they're going viral. They're going absolutely crazy watching his videos. So
did you see that one that Dan and Minnie put up?
No, I did not.
The one that Dan and Minnie put up is really good too. Little Chester shark bites in the middle of the night.
Oh, by the way, Dan, you got somebody I've not seen in here before.
Who's here?
We got somebody. The name is Sunny or Sunly, SUNILY 107.
Oh, is that a ninja?
I don't know if you know her or not. But that's the first time I've seen him in.
Oh, I see. Oh, here. Let's bring him up. What's going on, Sunny 107? Nothing much is happening around here. I don't really recognize you, but that's
just
okay.
the first time I've seen him.
Yeah, there's this.
So, I wanted to say hi to him.
Yeah, there's a sticker. Thanks for being here. Hey, anyway, where were we? Oh, Steve. All right. So no, Tim. I got a million things in my head, going in my head, And so Tim, brilliant, stroke of genius. Proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. You hit the formula. Who would have thought that you could take Walking Street and put it in short video format, and then run 60-second videos all day, all night, every day, and people would flock there just to get a glimpse of their girlfriend. You know what I mean? I mean, honestly, I don't know what they're doing, but I went there and I was intrigued with the whole thing. It inspired me. And so I told Minnie, I said, when we get over to see Tim in Pampanga, we're going to have to go do some short videos down the walking street so we can see if we get the same kind of play. Yeah, but did you guys see my candy video that I posted last night?
I just seen that one this afternoon. I didn't get a chance to watch it a second time. But that other one, everybody's got to go see that other one, Little Chester Shark Bites.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's right. But you know something?
Folks, I'll give you a spoiler alert. Minnie almost gets her hand taken off by a toy shark at the mall. Oh, my God.
You're so funny.
It's terrible.
You're so funny. You're funny.
There's like blood in the water and everything. You hear the sharks like,
You're killing me. It's so funny. Hey, I got to tell you, I'm learning from the best. I'm learning from Laurice. I'm learning from Pacquiao Mertz, and I'm learning from a few others. They're really showing me how to do this. But all I have to do is watch their videos. Naomi is another one. All I have to do is watch the videos, and then I just replicate it. Not exactly. I don't do exactly the same thing. Well, I try and change it up. But check this out. You got to hear this Candy Girl story. Okay, so
I've seen the candy one. That was good.
Here's what happened. Originally,
I just want to be your candy man.
Originally,
I just want to go get candy from her.
I know. But here's the thing. The original idea was the candy store. Filipino candy store, and YouTube flagged it, and they said no, you cannot do that. We know what you're trying to do. And I had the candy store music. Have you guys ever heard the song Candy Store?
No,
I don't know.
Candy Man, but not Candy Store.
Well, you got to be careful putting up copyrighted music.
Yeah, well, it wasn't. It was YouTube library. It was from the YouTube library. They said, no. I go, you got a couple things going on. They said, now, I don't know how they do this. They must have, I don't know, people monitoring this stuff. I don't know how you could monitor millions of videos going up every second. But they flagged it.
And I think they got an algorithm.
And then a human being.
Person goes in
yeah, a human being must review it, right?
Hey, Leonard, how you doing, sir?
They flag it. Well, check this out. So they said you can't.
Hey, Larry.
They said this is what happened to Gummy Bear. It was actually LV that gave me a clue. Dan, check that out. you have the wrong music with the subject matter. And so the same thing happened on this candy store video. They said, no, you can't, kids cannot be in, you cannot have a song that is directed towards kid for an adult, for adult subject matter. All right. That's what the whole thing was about.
Okay.
Well, can I tell you what you got to concentrate on?
Wait. Leonard, I don't see, do I see everybody up here? Who do I see? Larry?
I'm here.
Leonard? What's going, let's see. Yeah, 5. Okay.
Yeah,
I
you
thought
kicked me
someone
off.
Oh, I thought someone else was coming up. All right.
Can I tell you what you got to learn to sell, Dan?
Yeah.
Like
that?
All the best restaurants, they sell the sizzle with the steak.
They sell what?
The sizzle.
The
They throw it on that sizzle platter and run it through the dining room, and everybody pops up and looks around, and you got to generate that background, that excitement.
Yep.
Well,
Eileen, Minnie.
So I had a kid candy store music attached to the video originally, and they said, no, you can't do that because that means that you'd have to select the no made for kids, not made for kids button. So, and then we're not going to let it go. We're not going to let it go through anyway. We're killing it. So you have to go back, change the title, and change the music selection. And that's what I had to go back and do.
Don't do no slow rider. I know that.
I end up with 1.2K in a matter of 3 hours.
There you go. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. And so Larry's saying he liked it. So there you go.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Thank you.
I wanted to go lick a taffy.
I would like to say that there's a lot of, I'm an editing genius, as you figured out. So most of this is in the editing. It's not really in the subject matter. It's in the editing of the video. I was
thinking of Gumdrop Pasties the whole time.
Edible panties. Yeah, I know how you are.
No. Gumdrop Pasties. You said edible panties. I didn't go there. Oh, no. I'm thinking Gumdrop Pasties, them little red tiplets. Ooh, baby.
Yeah. So anyway, a little experiment, I'm learning. Listen, you live and learn. I know how the thing works now. And so, I have been learning. If you look at the first videos I've done and then how it's progressed over the last couple of years, I'm learning, I'm learning and I'm actually learning and then putting what I learned into practice. So
it's a beautiful world, isn't it?
It is beautiful. It is a beautiful world. Absolutely. Oh, Mabel Torres is here. Good morning, Mabel. Oh, listen, I think, Mabel, you disappeared for a little while. I've been looking for you. Where have you been? I haven't been able to find you. Mabel, I'm not sure what's been going on, but.
Hey, Dan, I got an idea for a live stream for you. I've been thinking about it all day.
Yeah, what? Tell me about it.
Filipino dating game.
Oh, no.
No. That gets you in trouble.
Oh, no.
That'd get him in trouble. That's matchmaking.
Listen, there's a very, very fine line, between, they really don't want you crossing the line,
No matchmaking. No. They got, just like the dating game, they got to pick them. They can sit and ask like a panel of us like questions.
They would find a way to make that
happen. I'm sure.
I'll tell you something. I like the idea, except for one thing. The Filipinas that come in here that are members, they are married or partnered up. They're not single women, most of them.
How do you know that? There's got to be. Oh, no.
Dan knows. Dan knows.
Dan knows a lot.
Dan knows all these girls.
I know most of them. Yeah, most of them are partnered up. And so I could joke around with them, which is fun. But they're partnered up. They know I'm not being serious. They know that I'm just joking around with them most of the time, especially Crystal's.
Yeah.
Crystal's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she really gets our sense of humor. Crystal does,
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
Hey, Elvie, how you doing?
All right,
Hey,
guys.
Albie.
We can't talk. Okay, now I was hoping I was going to be able to talk to you guys about Steve's video, and we can't do it because you guys are you're sleeping on the job. You know, you didn't go in there and see Steve's latest video. How can we talk?
We can always do Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy.
What was his latest video about? Because I watched 2 of them today.
Did you watch? Oh, his latest one is about how expensive it's getting to live in the Philippines. He spent a lot of time on that video. You watched it? What
Are you talking about the one where he's talking about he's going to have to cut back on his travel expenses?
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
I didn't talking about one up today. I watched one today. That was yesterday.
He's talking about
today, I think.
Okay, he was talking about. So I'm behind. All right, so he was talking about how he usually takes Grab and how he's working things out to. We're all doing it. That was the point I wanted to make. We're all doing it. We're all watching our pennies now.
Yeah.
And but he keeps putting a lot of emphasis on that. I keep getting a lot of questions from people wanting to come over here to live, and they're telling me, Steve, they're saying I could live there like a Filipino for $500, $800 a month. And
they can.
They could, but they wouldn't.
They can. But then why is Steve telling them that they can't? That's the point. Why is Steve telling them that they can't?
He keeps telling them
he doesn't explain that at all.
No, well, actually, he did. I apologize.
He pushes a much higher budget.
Yeah, I apologize to Steve. Because he did explain it. In fact, Steve, as I go back and I rewatch the channels, you could see something the first time and you can make a lot of assumptions. Then you got to go back. This is why reserve and judgment is really good. He did qualify, right? He said most of you would not want to live that way. Most of you would unable to.
Better than that.
Huh?
What?
Yeah, he knows better than that, Oreo.
Darn, I just got busted.
Oh my goodness gracious!
You busted yourself, man. You know
what you got to do with that? You got to get Oreo. You got to get Oreo ice cream, and then you take extra cookies and you crunch them up and you put them in there. That's how you do that.
And all that does make one great big sugar bomb.
Yes, it does. Amen.
His fasting blood sugar tomorrow morning is going to be about 230.
Oh.
If that's all mine is tomorrow morning, I'll be happy.
Hey, have you guys ever done that? Have you ever taken a Reese's peanut butter cup, right? A Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yeah.
And then a big jar of peanut butter and taking that peanut butter cup and scoop that bad boy in there?
No.
And just
there's enough peanut butter in the Reese cup.
You are missing out on life, Jack. If you've never done that, Jack, if you've never done that before, you need to try it. You need to take a Reese's peanut butter cup and a big old jar of peanut butter, just slather that stuff all over it. That is the tastiest thing you'll ever.
If it was dipping it in Hershey's syrup or something, I'd go that route.
Hershey's.
You're never going to get there doing that.
I'm disappointed because the flavor of the Hershey's chocolate here in the Philippines is not the same as in the States.
Exactly.
We're going to have to do a taste test, a taste challenge live right here on Dan.
Dan, you're Mr. Pastry Cream. Have you ever made a French product called Clement Glaze?
No. What is that?
It's egg yolks, cream, and like real vanilla. And you slurry it together. You slurry it together, and it makes like a vanilla sauce. But if you freeze it, it makes French vanilla ice cream.
Oh, that's how they make. That's probably how they make home. I think they make homemade ice cream here by using condensed milk. What else, man, Minnie? What else? Condensed milk. What goes in homemade ice cream?
Well, cane sugar, cream, sugar, vanilla, and egg yolks are thickened with what they call a liaison thickener.
Where it is
blend the egg yolks in while it's like scalding hot and keep stirring so they don't curdle.
Yep.
And it's a liaison thickener. Then you drop it in like a an ice cream freezer and spin it.
Mm.
Oh my goodness.
That sounds delicious. Crystal is saying she makes her own ice cream. How do you do it, Crystal? Give us the recipe. We want the recipe. Where's Crystal's here? I missed her. Things are going so fast in the chat. There it is.
Gave you
got
recipe.
that right.
Anime, how are you?
Minnie Snow's here. Anime Reyes, thanks. Anime, you know what? Anime is like, she's coming pretty close to being my #1 fan, you know, because she makes sure. Yeah, 3 o'clock, 3:30, Anime shares it out. Boom, out it goes. She sets me up. So remind everybody that you know that we're going live. I really appreciate that, Anime.
Hey Dan, is the rumor true?
Which one? There are a lot of rumors.
Next month, you're giving away a brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee in the United States for your USA viewers.
You know what? I could, and nobody could win it because I don't have any USA viewers. You know how many? You know what percentage of my subscribers?
Wait a minute. Yeah.
There's Edward and myself.
And there's Leonard.
Hey, what about me?
I said Leonard.
Well, you guys represent the 8% of my viewers from the USA.
Well, we got good odds of winning then. We heard about the Jeep Cherokee raffle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't even like Jeeps.
I
don't even like them. You know, I'm more of a Toyota man myself. I'm more of a Toyota.
You're giving away the Toyota 4Runner.
No, I'm giving away the 1971 Toyota.
Is it running?
No, not a truck. Not the one with the R22 engine in it.
Well, what about the RAV4 then? I'll take a RAV4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take one.
They're hard to find.
Here, any flavor of ice cream except chocolate. Chocolate? Are you serious? Chocolate is where it's at,
I got a news flash. If it's any flavor but chocolate, most ice cream flavors are based off of vanilla ice cream and then have additives.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying.
Yeah, well, I didn't know if everybody knew that. I used to own an ice cream stand and make ice cream every day.
Anime is saying what? Chris's adventure using what? Sarisa wine. Oh, guys, speaking of wine, here's what happens to Man Mini and I yesterday. So we're walking. We decided we're up the street from University of the Philippines in Cebu. I did not know this. We were going by. We're just down the street and we're passing by and we saw all these kids hanging out. You told me that before. I'm looking around and I'm seeing, what's that? Say that again.
Elvie says, I'm not a fan of chocolate, sir, Dad. I said, she's told me that before because she had a video on candy. And I said, I like chocolate.
Hey,
she wrote back, she didn't care for chocolate.
Oh, okay. So in other words, chocolate will get you nowhere. All right. How about the nylons? Do you like nylons?
Hey, Naomi wants to drop her latest video.
Of course you can. Anytime. You don't even have to ask. Just do it.
Go for it, Naomi.
All right. So
I like strawberry ice cream. It's one of my big faves.
Oh,
I happen to be the old fashioned. I like vanilla.
I love vanilla too, but the strawberry.
And I love
fresh strawberry ice cream.
And I'll tell you, a vanilla fudge swirl is good.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. How about we get fancy? Moose tracks.
Yeah.
I got to tell you what happened yesterday. So I've seen other videos, where people are just walking through barangays, right? So, Man, Minnie and I, we were going to go down there to hang out with the kids, at the university. But we were kind of early yesterday. It was Sunday, so everybody sleeps in late. But if you're out there at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, those kids are out there partying and going crazy. I said, if we hang around with them kids, they're going to show us where all the deals are on things like pizza and beer and what club to go to.
They're also going to wear yourself out.
Yep.
Hanging with them.
Right.
Trying to keep up.
Woo. You hipster.
Hey, Jerry.
Jerry's here. Hi, Jerry.
Jerry.
Jerry. So anyway,
Donzel, how are you?
so we go. Who's here? Who's here? I'm sorry.
We got Michelle Lazarda.
Michelle. Good to see you. All right, so they're jumping in there because they want to be. I want you to be to have a chance at winning the big money on the big spin coming up.
So we don't have any single Filipino women in the audience today.
I don't know of any in here. Yeah, the ice cream sucks, Jerry. It isn't really ice cream. I don't know what it is. It's make believe. I don't know. All right, so I was talking. So we went down there. We go into the barangay. Minnie, do you remember the barangay name that we came across yesterday? Well, I don't know. I can't even say it. What is it?
Crystal says no single, all double.
Wait, Minnie's going to come over. She's going to tell us the name of the barangay that we.
Yeah, Crystal says.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Hey, Minnie.
What was the name of the barangay?
Oh, that was Sitio Barangay Kawayanan.
Yeah, there. Exactly.
Barangay Sitio.
Yeah, exactly. And that barangay. And so we're walking down the street, and we got the stink eye from a couple of people because I got my camera going. I'm going to be posting this video soon, but we run into a guy, and the first thing is, hey, he's waving at me. And I'm like, welcome to my vlog. And the guy grabs a bottle of wine and pours it in a glass with some orange soda. And then he hands it to me. He says, here, enjoy this, right? And so I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, come to me. And so he gives me the glass and I down it. And I was like, wow, that's a flavor for which I have never tasted before. Now, it was not coconut wine.
Hey, Larice.
It was not homemade coconut wine. I'm not sure exactly what it was.
It was Kulapo.
Kolapo, she says. It was Kolapo. So anyway, it was Kolapo. But anyway, what I wanted to comment on is how friendly proof. I don't even know this person, but yet they're handing me wine. And another thing that happened too. Here in the apartment where we're living, one of the maintenance personnel kind of like, hey, you drink? He says, I said, yeah, of course I do. He says, come on, I want to show you something. He takes me into one of these apartments that are vacant, opens up the refrigerator door, and he's got Chivas Regal in there.
Oh
and
my!
He says, let me share some of this with you.
That's worth coming to visit.
And he said, here, hold the glass. And I was holding it. My hands were shaking. I said, you're gonna share the good stuff with me? Thank you so much. I'm very undeserving. And he pours me a shot, and I down that, and I was kind of like, oh my gosh, I am in heaven, absolute heaven. I have missed that taste. I have missed it so much.
Got a long time since I had any too.
The hospitality of the Filipino people is unmatched by any folks in the world.
I've had the same. People pour me like glasses of Red Horse. I'm like, really? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I've seen them do that, but to whip out the good stuff, and share it with you.
Yeah, Chivas is good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, oh my goodness gracious. Good times were had by all. That got my day going.
Yeah.
When I was in the Philippines, they had a drink they called, now, like I said, I might have just been down in Subic Bay. They had a drink they called Mojo. And it was a mixed drink, kind of like a jungle juice if you go to a frat party. But it tasted like a fruit punch. And it didn't.
Oh.
But man, you drank enough of that. I mean, by a picture of that, you were drunk.
Hey, are you seeing Mark's comment out right here? He says, I have mulberry wine here, Sir Dan, homemade. Well, guess what? You get that mulberry wine ready because I'm coming to see you. So, Mark, it won't be long. I think in a week or two, I will be there in Pangasinan. It won't be long.
Oh, everybody's
So,
buffering.
Kulafu.
Do they have Coco
Kulafu.
Lopez in the Philippines?
Kulafu.
No,
Well,
Coco Lopez.
You're gonna have to run that all over again, Dan, because you're buffered. We all did, but Jack. His is the only one stayed up.
All right.
I
How's it now? Is it good? Are we good?
Well, right now it is, yeah.
All right.
Hey guys, I gotta go into my living room. I'll be gone for just a couple seconds.
Okay,
I'll
Larry.
actually
We'll
be
try
less
to
than a
we'll
minute.
try to get by without you.
I think you can handle it. I know Dan can. I don't know about the rest of you.
I'm not gonna.
I'll be right back.
Too much.
All right. So back to Steve. What's your take on it, Leonard? Back to talking about
Well,
Steve now.
I mean, he makes a lot of sense,
Yeah.
but I think he overemphasizes it. He's kind of trying to be a fearmonger, and
Well, humans like to be terrified of things, you know.
well, I guess.
Dun,
And
dun,
I don't know
dun.
that he's trying to scare anybody away,
I don't think
but
he is.
it almost feels like that.
Right.
It's like he's got his group now, and it's almost like he wants to limit the people coming over here to those he wants in his group.
You know, it sort of sound. You know, the first couple of videos when he started changing his thing a little bit, it's sort of that was actually one of my first thoughts. But I don't think. I mean, I'm reserving judgment. I have to watch some more videos.
Well, yeah,
to see where
I'll reserve judgment also because he
Yeah,
does have
yeah,
a really
you
good
know.
show and really
I mean,
good
I'm kind of
information.
like
But
quick to judge. I'm kind of like quick to go there. But
yeah, I'm a
I
little
did
quick
have.
on the draw too.
Yeah,
And,
I did have that thought though. I'm not gonna lie to you for crying out loud. I'm telling you the truth. I had that.
Dan, you
I
know
had
you
that
can't
same
lie to
thought.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can.
we'll Google you.
Yeah, he can, but he knows it
We're
won't do
gonna
any good.
fact check you.
We can all see through him.
I forgot my other phone. I was going to check out Naomi's video, but I didn't have the phone to bring it up.
Oh, okay.
I left it in my living room.
Hey Dan, I thought of a side business for you in the Philippines.
Meringue doc?
Well, no, he should
Coconut water?
buy cultured pearls. They do a lot of them in the Philippines. Buy and sell pearls.
Oh, that would be fun. Look at Des saying, try to drink the barak. How do you say that? Barak duck?
Yeah.
Baroka duck? How do you
That's
say
what I
that?
was trying to
Baroka duck?
figure out when
It
Ed
tastes like
talked over me
coconut
there.
water, but makes you hubug,
Hey,
drunk.
ABC
Habog, does that mean drunk?
channel, how you doing?
Yeah, I think that would. Oh, she's saying that sneaks up on you, you know, because you could be
Uh-huh.
sitting there. Oh, I need to
Well, do they have
hydrate.
that,
You
like
know?
that.
Do they
Yeah.
have like cream of coconut in the Philippines?
Do they have what?
Like cream of coconut, like Coco Lopez?
I'm not sure about
You
that. I
mix
haven't
that with
seen.
like pineapple juice and like some rum, and you got pina colada.
Ah, that sounds yummy.
Yeah, pina coladas are good.
Oh yeah, I
Well,
can't
All right,
have them
so-
these days. I'm on the diet, you know. I got busted by you guys eating an Oreo. Jeez,
How many Oreos?
Well,
did eat?
you know,
You know about one.
I
yeah,
do.
Hey,
exactly.
Eileen Cruz, how are you today?
You have to properly eat the Oreo cookie. You know what I mean? If you're gonna
he
do
did.
it, you got to do it right. You know, you
He
got to
didn't
make
do
sure
it
you
right.
Got to get
unscrew
that
it
tongue
and
action
lick
in
the.
there, huh?
He didn't
Yeah.
do it right, and he didn't dunk it. He didn't do anything right about
Yeah,
it.
what good are you, Mac Daddy, if you can't eat an Oreo
Oh
properly?
man, you know me. I'm just a degenerate pervert.
By the way, I
You
just
prove
wanted
that
to
every
point
time
out
we
to
talk
you that if you go and you watch the latest short video that we did, you know, on the whole candy store thing, that one Filipina, the one not wearing the mask with the dimples,
Yeah.
she's looking. She's a very, very attractive young lady. She's looking.
Wow.
She's
I'll have to go there and buy some candy.
yeah, she's
Yeah,
single,
if you
ready
got a
to mingle.
fiance, so you better be careful. You get cut.
Yeah, exactly.
I got one for you.
What's that?
I seen Dan's video. When were you at the Indian restaurant eating all the
All
Indian
the veggie food.
Oh,
was
that
veggie
was
food.
so delicious. I'm telling you. I've never yeah, I
Dan?
mean, Yeah.
All you got was carbs and
Yeah.
hyaluronic acid from all the vegetable oil.
That's why I liked it so much.
Yeah, it'll kill you. It's highly inflammatory.
Oh no! Don't tell me! Don't tell me!
Yep.
So
Yep.
part of
Yep.
the problem, of course, there is that you're right, and I like the food. What do I do now?
Stay away from there.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
go
How
up
can
there
you?
and go
How
somewhere
can
else.
you? How can you tell? It has saffron in it. It's got turmeric. It's got all these.
Do you know what
wonderful
saffron
Probably
is?
good for you.
Do you know what saffron is?
No,
Supposed to be good for you, but I'm not sure.
is that a flower?
It's the stegman of a crocus.
What's that?
A tree.
No, it's that little bulb that comes up in the springtime.
Are you guys talking candy? Ferraro candy? Ferrero or Ferraro?
No.
I'm talking. You mentioned saffron.
I'm talking Mabel
What's that,
Torres
Jack?
was mentioned.
It's
I
a
can't
little.
read it, Jack. What do you have there?
Saffron.
Saffron is $70
Well,
an
I've
ounce.
already have, what I've seen has always been much redder.
Well, it's orangey red, and
That's
it
I mean, to me, that looks brown.
ABCM is
when it's
here.
dry, yeah, but when you rehydrate it, because you never can get it unless it's dried.
Retro's in the house.
Retro.
Retro.
Oh, you guys didn't know
Oh.
that Retro is here?
Yep.
Hey, Retro, I got something
just
for
came
you,
up.
baby. I got something real retro.
What's going on?
I got a large cent from 1837.
A what?
A large cent, a penny.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
In 1837, passenger rail was only 7 years old in the United States. Slavery was still legal for another 40 years.
Yep.
No electric, no light bulb, no automobiles.
No, automobiles.
Mark,
and
don't
light
drink
bulbs
all that
were
wine. Save some for me.
End of the 1800s.
What was that?
The automobiles and the light bulbs were all the end of the 1800s.
Yes,
1880,
exactly.
1890.
Not only
somewhere in
that,
there.
your country wasn't even 50 years old.
That's true.
And it's such a cool coin. Hand struck in Philadelphia.
Yep.
They could only make 300 a day.
Right there.
I
Private
have one.
inventor. Very handsome.
I have
What's
one,
up?
and I have one, and it's for sale.
No thanks. I don't buy pennies. I'm more into electronics there, buddy.
Oh, this is real
Yeah,
retro.
old
though, man.
Nintendo machine.
They
Yeah,
didn't
that
have
would be.
electronics then. This is before electronics even.
The guy you would talk to if he wasn't so shy on camera is my buddy Bill. He's interested in that, but he has no money really.
Well, I would offer it for the bargain price of $95.
Hey, you got an old? Do you have an old Tetris cartridge for an old Nintendo machine? How about that, Mac Daddy? You got one of them?
A what? A what?
Tetris cartridge for an old Nintendo machine?
I wish I
No,
had
no,
one.
no.
Yeah,
I
no, I don't have any of those.
sold I sold my original Nintendo.
Ah,
I get good money for it. What else do I have that's old and cool? I sold my McDonald's plates for $60 a plate.
wow.
They were worth
I
some
had
money.
Hey, there you
I had
go.
an old Barbie collection, that they give away in the Happy Meals. I sold them off. I had hundreds of them.
Huh. You have Barbie stuff, huh? I got McDonald's
Yeah.
handhelds from 2004.
Yeah, there you go. I think you showed that to us before.
And also the cup I showed you guys before, my
Yep.
McDonald's cup. My other
Yep.
McDonald's. Oh, speaking of McDonald's cup, I found the lid for my cup. Or a retro
Alright.
cup. I took it off of another McDonald's cup.
Yep.
That was new. I slapped it on my old McDonald's.
Are you in that contest, Naomi, to try and win a computer? Is that what that's all about? You guys go in and give her some likes in her channel.
All right. Will
Yeah.
do.
I got one
Share
going
it
on
out.
my spare phone right now.
Share it out.
Oh,
What-
I have 2 phones.
I have
Somebody's
three
having a
lap-
contest.
I think I can top you guys because I have 3 laptops. I have this one, and that one, which is the Windows laptop that are all working. So
I need a laptop.
I got 2
I got about-
laptops, my 2 phones, and my desktop.
I got at least 3 laptops, at least 3 or 4 tablets.
All right.
all right, MacDang, you win. High five.
Hey,
Well,
Moelma.
I'm trying to win, but there's my roommate, there's my son, and they all got like tons of this stuff.
Guys, all the Moelmas are here. 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
All right.
I saw that. I said hi to them all.
She's
I mean,
It's the same
making
person, but I
Pacquiao
said hi
merch.
to all of them.
She's making sure Pacquiao merch knows that she's here 3 times on 3 different devices. She's following the rules.
Yep.
Good for you, Moelma. I hope you win. Hope you win the big money.
I can't believe we don't have a Filipino dating game.
what?
I don't want to get arrested for or kicked out of the country,
Yeah, you don't wanna
deported
get
for
blacklisted.
human trafficking.
Yep.
You know.
We wouldn't be trafficking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would be saying is they were handcuffing me and putting me on the plane with the marshal.
Yep.
Yep.
The Philippines is really no. It's a no. Even the Filipino P won't do anything like that.
Yep.
Retro
She'll
saying,
interview
Jack, send me a
girls,
link via
She
messenger.
won't post their emails or any way to contact them.
I had corn. Right? 2 ears of it. Dez, what's going on, sweetheart? How you doing?
And we got
ABCM.
ABCM, yeah.
ABCM, what's going on?
ABCM is an impressive individual. You know, I got to say,
Yes, she is.
go in there, sign up. Have you guys? Are you guys subscribers?
I believe I am.
To
Dave.
Yeah,
I'll have to
the
look.
channel? Yeah, you guys need to sign up.
Sign up for what?
You need to
It's
sign up
all
for
her
fun, my
subscribe.
friend.
Subscribe to her
For
channel.
what? What's the benefit?
What's the
Fun.
benefit?
FUN, fun.
You know, fun. A fun person to hang out with on the live stream.
Oh, you mean subscribe? You mean
Yeah.
subscribe?
I mean
Okay,
subscribe, yeah.
I thought
Sign up, subscribe.
Where the
Here,
hell-
Retro, let me spell it out for you. She's a hot-looking Filipino that likes to shake her booty on the dance floor.
No.
No.
Hey, what is the
That
matter
ain't
with
true.
you?
None of us
What
have ever
is
seen it.
the matter with you?
Wow.
What?
he's an animal.
No, she actually.
Wait a minute. I'm EB
She's
the
like this.
dance.
She has skills.
I'm looking for her channel or something that says
She doesn't have to shake her booty. She has skills.
Well, that's okay. Don't you like to get out and let loose?
What?
Maybe she does, but she doesn't show that on her channel.
Oh,
You don't need the clickbait.
I didn't say.
And
Wait
I
a minute.
mean, I
I didn't
think
say
she's
she
got-
had it on her
I mean-
channel. I just said she's a
Leonard,
hot-looking
Leonard.
Filipino that likes to get out and
Yeah.
shake her booty on the dance floor.
How many subscribers does she have so far? It's a lot, right?
I haven't been able to find her channel.
Oh, put your link up there. Put your link up there for us.
What is it called? What is it called?
ABCM.
I can't even find her in the chat.
Same here.
If I could find her in the chat, I could
What
go to
the
her
heck?
channel.
Where'd she go? Where did she go?
You know who used to do some backwoods hillbilly jam? Bud Brown.
Yeah, when he was
Okay.
practicing his violin.
What?
You ever see his videos when he was practicing the violin?
Nah, I seen him when he was doing the country western stuff. You
He
know,
was doing that with the violin sometimes too.
he was telling the wife, "Put another log on the fire." You know, he was doing some real backwoods hillbilly stuff. I seen it when he was.
Hey, have you guys ever heard of Nurse Retiring Home? Her channel. She plays the. What does she play? Is it the accordion? What does she
I thought
play?
she left. I know she retired home and then got frustrated and left or something.
Nurse Returning Home. I think that's the name of it. So I wonder if she's still posting. Yeah, Ferraro ice cream, Sir Dan. Okay, thank you for clearing that up for me. I thought you were talking candy. There's Nicole. Des is hanging in there with us.
You got to get a squeeze box, Dan.
You been there, Sir Jerry? Yeah, Jerry has been there, and so he loves Pangasinan crystals. Don't forget to tell me. Don't forget to send a message letting me know where I should be staying, somewhere close to you. You know, so you don't have to, so when we meet up, you know, it'll be convenient for everybody.
Did you ever see the Filipino video they had about one time I seen it? I don't even know who had it. They went to a Filipino guitar factory where they were making handmade guitars.
It's sounding familiar to me. It is sounding familiar to me.
What?
Amazing Philippines. I know.
I don't know. It was amazing.
Well, it was either Rod. I want to say Rod from Amazing Philippines. I know him or another Cebu blogger went to a place where they were selling the guitars and they checked them out.
Okay,
and they
LB.
made it there as well.
Yeah, they were amazing.
So I want to say that was Rod from Amazing Philippines.
Hey, ABCM, I subscribed to you. I found your channel just by typing it in. So
Where the heck is it?
you have to put all caps on our first part of our name, bud.
I did, and it didn't get it.
Did you put
ABCM official?
Oh, that's what it is. ABCM official.
It's ABCM channel.
That's right. Channel, not official. I'm thinking somebody else is official.
I know. You can't swing a dead cat on YouTube without running into a Filipino blogger somewhere. There's a million of them these days.
Oh, we ran into one. So yesterday we were at Bo's coffee shop, and a guy and his gal come in, and he's got this equipment. He's got the whole setup, man. He's got some fancy camera equipment. He's setting it down, and I see Man Mini. Let's see. I was facing Man Mini. See, I was facing them. So Man Mini had her back to him. She couldn't see what they were doing. So they order their coffee. They go over, sit down, and then all of a sudden I see her adjusting her top, right?
Oh yeah,
like this, and then all of a sudden half of her boobies flip out there.
Nice,
right? Almost.
Hey, this
almost
is a family
down,
channel.
down.
Whoa! Family channel. Keep it clean.
Yeah, down to the nipple almost. You could see part of the.
I've been
anyway,
before. Keep it.
Listen,
keep it family now.
I was like thinking to myself, so that's what their channel's all about. You know, they're featuring her, and they're getting cheap views. You know, they're bottom feeders. I mean, crying out loud. You know, they were only there long enough to get the shot, and they picked up all their equipment and they left. And that's show business, folks. That's show business.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess I will never become a super successful YouTube channel because I will only go so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan, if you take your shirt off, I'm leaving. I got to tell you.
No, Dan has a very strict rule here. All clothes. There you go.
Right,
there you go. That'll get some views. That'll get some
wait
views.
a minute. Can I do man boobs? You want to see some man boobs?
No.
Yeah, show us your six pack. Show us your six pack.
He
I'd have to
go. It's pretty bad in this house. I'd have to go to the refrigerator to show you a six pack.
I'd have to go to the store to get a six pack to show you. Unless Coke Zero counts.
Listen, I'm excited about meeting Larice. We're finally going to get a chance to meet each other week after next.
Well, you haven't met Larice yet? I know you met a lot of the other vloggers.
And I think, I'm not sure if Abby lives in the same neighborhood or not, but Abby was saying, when are you going to be in Manila? And I would imagine it's because She lives somewhere nearby, you know, and so we'll have
Well,
to get with
Manila's
we'll have to
pretty
get
Thank
with
big.
Ashley.
you. What's going on, sweetheart? Thank you. What's going on, sweetheart? How you doing?
Mabel is in the neighborhood, but Mabel gets car sick.
Mabel, you poor thing. You got car sick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, she gets car sick and gets
I got a
dizzy and
friend that
stuff.
she
So
rides in the back
I
seat.
think I'll have to. I want to meet Mabel, but I think that's going to have to be where Man, Minnie, and I travel to her, as opposed to having her travel to
Michelle,
us.
good morning. Good morning to you too. But it's nighttime where I'm at. Mabel, peace be with you as well, my soul sister.
Okay, so now, guys, I'm loud. Remember, I've been talking about how I'm lousy on geography, right? So
Yeah.
I finally get my Philippine map out, and then I realize how close that we are to everything. You know, how close we are to Bohol, how close we are to Dumaguete and Negros Oriental. And they go, man, Minnie, why aren't we visiting all these places?
Well, Bohol, you'd have to take a 2-hour ferry ride.
Yeah, that's nothing. It takes us 3
On the
hours to get
ocean
from Leyte over here. You know, if we're taking the fast ferry, that's nothing. That's like a commute. You know.
Yeah. And you know, then you could like really see Bohol Island. It's very nice. You can see the chocolate hills, the mahogany forest.
I've been to Bohol, but to see the tarsier monkey and all that. I want to hang out at what's the dive resort? What's the name of the little dive resort?
They got a bunch of them. They got the Blue Pearl.
Yeah.
I forget the other ones. They're all up in the. There's a bunch up in the Onda area. My significant other works in those. She could give you a rub down, Dan. She's a masseuse.
What's the name of the little town that reminds you of Sausalito? What's the little diving town there? The little fishing village.
Well, Onda is a big little fishing village. There's a few of them. There's Tagloran. Pretty much the whole island of Bohol. You know, it's all coastal.
Tagbilaran is not on the coast, right? Tagbilaran is in the central part, right, of Bohol.
Hey,
well, maybe it's Taliban.
Des, I mean corn.
Oh, I see. That's what she said. That's what she's referring to. I was wondering what was going on. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking down here, looking at my feet to see if my big toe is healing up.
By the way, Dan and guys, this is my first corn on the cob since 2021. This is my first corn on the cob since 2020 or 2021. It's been 3 or 4.
So food. What was that? What was that? My thing now. Oh yeah. So we were going to talk about Filipino food. 1,000 different ways to prepare pork and chicken.
I thought of a good one for Filipino food. You could probably make a killing with it there.
What is it?
Corn dogs.
Why do they not make a tripe soup? That's what I'm trying to figure out here.
Ew.
I'm surprised.
Jack.
I'm surprised they don't.
Yeah, why don't they make a tripe soup?
I don't like it, but I mean, as much pork and stuff as they eat.
How come they don't eat chitlins with all the pork that they eat?
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't that either.
Chitlins.
Hey, Dan, I got to point something out. Well, Abel Torres said, "Hope you visit on Tagaytay to Uncle Dan, so I can visit you there."
Yeah,
says, I can't travel too far if you die on Bobby.
How do you pronounce that?
Tagaytay or Tag?
No, it's pronounced. How do you pronounce it, Minnie?
Tagloran?
You think?
No, it's not Tagaloran.
Oh, I can't say it.
Oh, here's the ABCM link right here. Charmaine, thank you.
Ed Magnetic, it's spelled Tagaytay.
I can't find that.
Tagay.
Tay. So I would pronounce that as Tagaytay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tagaytay.
Our Tagaytay. Tay. I mean, there's a like you said, there's another
Tagaytay?
kind you were talking about, but this one is spelled Tagaytay.
Is that somewhere where? Where's that now? Where's that
That's up
place
around
at?
Manila.
Yeah, I was
Wow.
gonna say, isn't that where Steve is?
No, that's where Steve
No,
goes
he's in
occasionally.
Cavite. And
I thought he was in Trace
Trace-
Monteras.
yeah.
Steve's in Trace
That's in
Montero.
Cavite.
I guess that Tagaytay is not too far from where Steve is. They'll go there.
Right,
No, I
that's
don't
pretty
think
close
he
to
is.
where he's at, I think.
Yeah.
My friend John Norton, who's no longer with us, he was in San Roque
Where'd he go?
on Bohol Island.
Is he on vacation?
No, he passed away. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, he went home.
He went home and then passed away. John was a hell of a guy. He really was. Matter of fact, his girlfriend still has her channel, Crazy Monina Life in the Philippines.
I'm getting caught up on my administrative duties. All right, so food. So Keith One from Thailand, who's now in the Philippines. I think he's hanging around Cebu right now. I'm not sure, but I think he is. I hope to run into him because everybody always ends up at Ayala one time or another.
What do you think is so big?
I'm going to be looking for him. But so he does this video and he says one of the big. I mean, he implied, he didn't say this is not his words, right? I'm not quoting him. He said that he's been looking or searching for tasty Filipino food, right?
What about
inspiring food like you have in Thailand? Now, Thailand is so unique in the world, right? That Thailand is Thailand.
Yeah, you're going to be hard pressed to find the variety. I think with the spices, the way they fix their food.
And the other thing is, you can grow you can grow anything that your heart desires. It will grow in Thailand.
What about pancit? Have you had pancit, Dan?
Pork pancit, chicken pancit, carabao pancit, pancit.
What about sig sig?
Yeah.
Sig sig's very tasty. I like it. I like pork sig sig.
Way too much fat. Like just all the pig face all ground up and chopped up, and I'm like, nope. Like one time, I'm good.
Yeah, I never had it.
Mabel says it's pronounced T-A, then gay, then tay. Say Tagaytay.
Tagaytay.
Tagaytay. Or Tagaytay.
I wanted to bring up the food thing because I ran into a restaurant where they had very inspiring food. So part of the thing after Minnie and I were exploring that barangay, however she pronounced it, we went out and we started heading for Ayala Mall walking tour. We were on a walking tour. It was about a 25-minute walking tour, and we ended up at this restaurant. I'm going to do a video on it, and here's Dan enjoying this soup. Right?
Yeah.
Noodle soup that was very, very. It reminded me of pho, Vietnamese soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, pho.
This stuff was very, very tasty. I mean, one of the most enjoyable meals that I've had since being in the Philippines. And so it's a comfort food place.
Yeah. And you were
And
talking
it's
about the
called-
food, the price and stuff earlier.
Yeah,
Remember
it's
on
called-
Steve. Steve himself hurts himself on his food budget because I don't think he even eats any Filipino food.
Very little.
Oh,
And he doesn't cook at home either much.
That's what
well,
I'm saying.
you know.
I mean,
I'll tell you what. If you go into like TGIF Fridays, you know how he's talking about TGIF Friday, TGIF.
Yeah.
You go in there, you're gonna drop. If you're by yourself, you're gonna drop $25
so say
American
Yeah.
money.
he goes out to eat almost constantly, and he doesn't eat Filipino food. If he does, it's very little.
Wow.
And probably less now since he broke up with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
You had to throw that in there, didn't you, Leonard? You couldn't let it lie.
I mean, that's the
Hey,
fact.
can I ask you something, Dan, about the Filipino women?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Don't all these Filipino women want to meet like an expat to take care of them? You know, sugar daddy like.
I'll tell you what, it's not exactly like that anymore. It was when I started visiting 20 years ago or so, or whatever it was. Matt, by the way, Matt Minnie says I got the dates all wrong in my video when I said my first visit to the Philippines was 2006. It wasn't. It was way earlier than that. She says, "What's wrong with your brain?" I said, "Well, maybe I have, it's misfiring. You know how you get older and your brain misfires?"
That's why you need to get on that diet I gave you.
Yeah, well, okay.
Hey,
that's another good reason. My brain is turning to mush.
Yeah.
You are what you eat.
Helps,
Your brain's just turned to mush. Mine's been mush for years.
Yeah, but Larry, we don't have to brag about it.
Yeah, my wife, she was saying, Mr. Man, we've been married almost 19 years. That would mean 2006 would be impossible, because
I know people that got a shorter life
you
sentence.
courted me for at least 2 years, before we got married. Okay, you made several trips over here.
1999 or somewhere in there.
Yeah, it would be way earlier than that. Yeah.
Wow.
So back then, to answer your question, Mac Daddy, they are very, very leery because here's what happened during the COVID lockdown, right? So the businesses that stayed open, the girls were still fishing around looking for a foreigner to marry. But what ended up happening is the foreigners, from what I understand and talking to some of these girls, they took advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they went in there and they started just dating everybody they could find, one girl after another, making all kinds of promises about I'm gonna marry you and we're gonna move in together. And that lasted all the time.
Another guy.
Yeah, once they got into the bedroom a couple times, right?
I'll
And they would move on to the next girl. So you can't just go walking into Ayala anymore. Not like the olden days when I first started visiting there.
Yeah.
You can't just go walking in there
come
and get the
tracking you down.
attention of some young lady because they'll tell you straight up, hey, what's this all about? Are you looking for fun or are you looking for a long-term relationship? What's up?
You love me
If you're
long
honest
time?
with them,
Is that what they're
it'll
asking?
work out better to your favor as far as not hurting somebody's feelings.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, if all you're looking for a short time, you tell them that. And
You tell
walk
them.
away.
Yeah,
If they
yeah.
don't
You
walk
just
away,
tell them.
then everybody's going to be happy.
Right.
Yep.
Right. You just have to be honest
Larry,
with them. And
nobody will ever be happy.
It depends. People can be happy.
they'll
You
appreciate
can't.
your honesty. Quite frankly, you'll be rewarded for your honesty. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But
they're not going to come. They're not going to
I
come.
thought it was pronounced Tagaytay. I thought that's what it was.
That's the way I've
Tagaytay.
always heard it pronounced.
Yeah. So anyway, that's where it's at. So no, you can't go strolling in there and being because. So and also I noticed this through observation. The same guys are always hanging out at the same table talking about their latest conquests.
Yep.
well,
That has got to irritate people. That has really got to
another thing
irritate
that's
them.
hurt an expat, especially if he's looking to take the girl back to the States or to a different country. There have been stories about how once they get to the other country, how they're mistreated.
Yeah.
There have been that's happened to a few of them. Now that's not common, but that's enough to make a girl a little more leery, which she should be.
Thank you, Jack, for going to ABCM's channel. She appreciates it. I appreciate it.
Yep.
I signed up for ABCM,
Oh, I
but I
subscribed
haven't
also.
gone and looked at anything yet. I just signed up for it.
Yeah, I subscribed and I'm actually
So
playing.
that's what's going on in Ayala. You know, it's but you still do have you're going to still run into the freelancers there.
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a lot of pay for play going on there.
Oh yeah, you're going to have that any country you go to. That's going to be there,
Yep.
And so you'll see, oftentimes you're going to see the parade of Filipinos. I've talked about it before, walking back and forth in front of the bows because they know that's where all the expats hang out. And I've seen a couple of expats approach the girls. All right, you're going. All right, take care. Take care, my friend, Retro.
Take care, Retro.
Hey,
Enjoy
Retro,
yourself.
be careful.
Oh,
Catch you
yeah.
next time.
Yeah, I'll get you. I gotta do a Memorial Day weekend stream, and then tomorrow's Memorial Day. Gotta do a service.
Hey, the best thing about
Yeah,
today is I turn my
that's
alarm
right.
clock off, and I don't turn it back on till Wednesday night.
Have a happy
Yep.
holiday.
Yep. I'll see you later.
I'll be sleeping in tomorrow.
All right, Retro.
Take care, Retro.
What I was going to say is I've overheard a couple of the
My hand don't work
conversations.
anymore.
And it's ridiculous, really, what's going on there. It's ridiculous. I would say that I would say that doing it that way by going to Ayala, that can't be a fun experience for anybody.
Nope.
Yeah, I would say it's coming to an end.
Yeah, they used to say that you'd get hit on 100 times trying to get out of the airport.
Yeah, that pretty much is it. By not only the airport personnel, by everybody. I mean, I could share stories where I once got on the wrong train. I was taking the light rail train from one part of Manila over to Ermita one time, and then I get off at the wrong stop, and the security guard, a very attractive female, comes over to me saying, "Oh, where are you from?" I mean, I looked around. I realized I was the only foreigner on the train. It was all packed with Filipinos going to work and coming home. And then she comes right up to me and says, "Oh, I would like to introduce myself to you." I said, "Are you new here? Where are you going to be staying?" She started asking all the questions really quickly, and I said, "Oh, I got off the wrong train." She says, "Oh," she grabs my hand. Let me help you. Let me help you find the right train. Where you need to go. You got off 2 stops too early. And she said,
Dan, how long ago was that though?
That was 20 some odd years ago. She laid it all out there though. She was just like, boom.
That won't happen now.
Well, I think it does. Because Man, Minnie and I, we were sitting having a mango shake, something else we shouldn't be having. And
I'm going to have one of those ones.
Minnie was sitting right there. Minnie wasn't facing the gal, but they Filipinos, they tend to, they talk with their eyes, right? And she was like, she kept looking over at me like, I want you.
Dan,
I want you now.
You gotta understand, there was a guy behind you she was doing that to.
Yeah.
Look,
Wait
a minute.
I was like this. Here I was like this with my lips. I was doing this. I was trying to get Minnie's. attention.
Did her CNI service dog growl at you?
I was just saying it was a shark attack, Mac Daddy. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was a guy, but it was a guy behind Dan that girl was making eyes with. So.
I mean, she was not even pretending to be discreet, and Man Minnie was sitting right there. When I asked Minnie, if she noticed her, she said, "What are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about." She doesn't even believe me. Nobody wants you. I hardly want you. Nobody wants you.
That just proves how bright Man Minnie really is.
They want your money. That's what she just said.
She has you rope tied and branded.
Like I said, that just proves how bright my Man Minnie is.
Yeah, take my money if that's what you want. Who cares? You know,
Yeah.
really, who cares?
Not only money anyway.
Yeah, who cares? Nobody cares.
Well, you're not sending
Anyway.
me money.
Huh?
I know.
You're not sending me any money.
Yeah, me either.
You guys are all working. You guys all have a source of
Yeah,
income.
but see, I want to
I'm not
quit working.
I'm not working.
Really,
Yeah.
the shine business isn't good right now. Let me tell you,
You're-
the feds are
You're
everywhere.
in America, the land of opportunity.
The feds are wall to wall
Yeah,
and
but
street
not for
top
somebody in a
tall.
wheelchair.
The skies are full of choppers and the
Oh, my
bears are
God.
everywhere.
Yep.
They're popping up in my driveway all
Bears
hours
are
of the
in the
night.
woods. The bears are in the woods.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's what's going on from my observations of being here. And of course, in Bye Bye City Leyte, you won't see any of this going on. If you're an expat and you're living in Bye Bye, you are married, you know, and so these women know this, and so they don't make a play for you.
Unless, of course, they're just the guy just passing through.
Because everybody knows each other. Everyone's related to each other.
Well, you know, that small a town, everybody will know each other. And everybody
Well, that
will know
sounds like
everybody.
there's something in the water if they're all related.
Yeah.
Well, they may not be, but it's a small enough town that everybody knows somebody that knows you.
Hey, Mac Daddy, think about how you got here, bro.
Yeah.
Something in the water.
Yep. Definitely something in the
Now
water.
he's starting to
There's
get his
definitely
food flag
something
back.
going on.
Yeah, well, I asked them if they were sharing sheep, and they told me, nah.
Oh,
You know, you say that, you do that real good.
I know.
You're very good at that. Yeah, that's right. Oh, man. So anyway, there's this restaurant. They serve great food. And it reminded me, and so it did remind me of Thailand. As soon as I started eating it, I started going, man, there's everything in here. It's got all the flavors in here that I remember from Thailand. And it had beef, and it had a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it just was so delicious.
Yeah,
So
but
when
you're
you see
eating
the
restaurant food. I mean, you got to realize restaurant food's got to be a step up from standard
But
Filipino
Not
fare.
necessarily.
in the
not
in the
necessarily.
Philippines, it's pig this, pig that, pig this, pig that, and I got no
There's
I got
a
no
lot of places
issues
you're gonna go,
with
you won't get
pigs.
beef.
I would feel right at home.
But what I'm saying is, that's one of the reasons why Cebu or even Dumaguete, they have a lot of restaurants that have some Western flavor to it. So you know,
Right.
if you get tired of
We have a
cooking
whole
your
bunch of
food-
Westerners hanging around. They're going to have to modify their menu a little bit.
That's what I said. I mean,
Exactly.
well, Dumaguete's got a lot of expats, so there's
Right.
restaurants that cater to them.
Cheeseburgers everywhere. Everybody cheeseburger.
Well, we got, I mean, if you go to AL, you got Burger King, you got McDonald's, you got Jollibee, you got KFC, you got
Yeah.
What
in
about
Mall of Asia, you have
burritos, man? Come on,
Popeyes, you have
burritos.
El Pollo Loco, In-N-Out Burger went into BGC and they did a pop-up. They did a pop-up In-N-Out Burger. Did you guys know that?
No,
Somebody said something about it.
I've
Mhm.
never had In-N-Out. I've had Smash Burger and I've had Five Guys. I prefer
I like
Smash Burger is
Smash
there.
Five Guys is the
in-
best. Five
Well,
Guys
it's
is the
better than
best
Smash Burger if you ask me.
It's the best burger out there.
Like I said, I can't say that because I've not had In-N-Out, and this is supposed to be a really good
I've
burger.
never had
I've
it.
had In-N-Out, and they're good. But I'll
You
take,
know-
I'll take
You know
Five
that you
Guys over
can't
any-
get if you go into McDonald's here, you can't get a McDonald's shake in here.
Well,
They're
I-
saying the
You can barely
machine,
get 'em in the
machine's
States.
always,
The machine's always broken.
Yeah, they always
I
tell you
think
it's
it is
broke.
here in the States.
machine's always broken. That's what they keep
Yep,
telling me.
it's that way here in the States.
I get shakes over here.
I would
Where?
go
You got the one.
I would go to
McDonald's?
you and get
You
a,
got the one.
I
in the
won't
whole
even
world
do a
that ain't broke.
McDonald's shake these days. They're horrible.
Chat. Does
I
it taste like a McDonald's milkshake, or does it
No,
taste like
it-
something else?
Did you know
It
there's an
tastes like
A&W in
a
Manila
It's
area?
like back home.
Did you know
it-
there's an A&W in Manila area?
Yeah, I've heard
McDonald's shakes taste like they're plastic. They
I'll
taste
tell you
like
this.
they're a liquid polymer.
Jack, I don't know if you've had this experience, but Dairy Queen tastes exactly the same. And you know that chain is owned by Berkshire Hathaway. I don't know if people know this.
Well, they were
But,
originated by Panza.
hmm.
They were. Carvel Ice Cream was.
Carvel was?
Yeah, Panza.
Hey, how come Carvel ice cream never became a gigantic international chain?
Because of the Jewish guy that owned them. He didn't want to. He didn't expand that big. He liked the New York metro market, and that was all he wanted to do. That and the Philadelphia market, the surrounding area.
I love Carvel ice cream. I miss it.
You can get Panza ice cream, which is the old Carvel stuff, and they'll ship it all over the world. But you got to hook up with them commercially.
We go to Dairy Queen all the time,
I'll take Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen all the time.
Now,
They're
Dairy
very
Queen
consistent.
chocolate shake here. Everybody's doing this artificial chocolate shake. I can't stand them.
Why would
You already know I like vanilla, so I
artificial?
don't
The
do
time
chocolate.
they
I like the mulata.
artificial, you could have had Hershey in it for the same price.
Well, just about. Here's the big thing, though, is what's cool about Panza. They ship ice cream product all over the world, so they could ship to the Philippines ice cream base, which they have in a powdered form. Just add spring water or fresh water. Panza's got
add milk to it or heavy cream.
It's already done that way. It's all powderized. It looks like instant mashed potatoes almost, the powder. And you basically, it's like Jello pudding almost. You add the water to it, stir it up, leave it sit. It kind of gels. You put it in your ice cream machine and spins it and freezes it. Have you ever worked with ice cream machines?
Yeah.
Like Electro Freeze or Stolting or any of them?
Taylor machine, an old Taylor machine.
Ice cream.
They were great machines, the old Taylors. I had Stolting machines.
When I was on ship, the Frederick, USS Frederick, that was my third ship. I used to make ice cream with. Of course, they had the thing, and I just put it in the machine and made it to soft serve to sell. But also, when I was 15, my very first job was at an A&W root beer.
Well,
and,
Larry,
we made ice cream there.
Yeah.
You mentioned when you were on the ship, did you have liquid product to pour in your soft serve, or did you have powder?
Liquid product.
Sure.
And when I was on the Frederick, when we were out to sea, if I was in port, a lot of times I'd stay on and watch the movie if we were in port, because you had a free movie every night. And I ran to what we called the ghee dump, the soda fountain, naturally because I was making the ice cream. So the projectionist knew that if he started that movie without me being there sitting down, he would tick off the whole ship's crew. Because if he ever did that, I would not open up that soda fountain before the movie, because I didn't have to. That was off hours. I would open it up, sell the candy, the pop, the ice cream, popcorn, and then when he had to change the reels, I'd go back in and open up again, and he'd wait till I come back in and sit back down before he'd start that movie, because he knew that if he didn't, and that was the last time I did that, they'd all be mad at him.
Here's a cool thing about ice cream, Dan. You might appreciate this. The ice cream soft serve mix that you buy comes in different grades of milk fat, from like 5% to 10%. And of course, the more milk fat you have, the richer it is.
Yeah.
Well, I thought in the United States it had to have at least 10% milk fat to be considered ice cream.
Well, you call it soft serve.
Ah.
Well, what I'm wondering is how they're getting 10% milk fat in it, because milk has only got between 5 and 6% butter fat at the highest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're probably adding extra in.
Yeah,
remember,
they're adding extra into the mix.
Into that.
What's that, Larry?
I said a lot of times they take the fat out of the milk to sell at the grocery stores. So they may take that fat out from that and add it to the milkshake.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
heavy.
so.
It's heavy cream.
Well, heavy
And
cream is going to be a little better, yeah.
All right, anime.
it's not that they're necessarily using milk. It's milk fat, which is in heavy cream.
Dan, in case
Okay.
you didn't see it,
Heavy
anime
cream
says,
is
"Excuse me, sir,
butterfat.
Dan. I'll fetch
It's the
my
cream
son in
from
school
milk.
first. I
Right.
can't bring 3
Well, that's what I mean
at
when
the
I
same
refer to
time.
milk fat. I'm talking, the actual butter fat that they have in the ice cream base.
Yeah. Yeah,
Have a
I was
nice
just
rest of your
curious
day,
how they've got
anime.
a higher butterfat content than what milk actually has.
Well, I ordered from Panza one time, and they claim I ordered the wrong stuff, and they sent me 7% instead of my 10%. And
Okay.
Panza's got a real messed up rule that if you send one item back, they take the whole order back. So I had to take the 7% soft serve mix that week, and I was like mixing it with 10%, trying to get,
A
the
little
butter
bit better
fat
anyway.
content up some, so my ice cream seems similar. So my customers didn't know that I wasn't serving the
Yeah.
same product. But remember the Carvel ice cream cookie sandwiches they used to make? The flying saucers?
I don't remember that. I remember the cakes, though. I love the cakes.
Well, the cookies that were like the flying saucers that they used to sell, I used to get all that from Panza also, which was cool because at the end of the night I could run off my ice cream machine and make ice cream sandwiches and put them in what
With
I
the
had a
cookies,
batch
yeah.
freezer.
Oh,
That
yeah,
way I could
cookies.
like package them and sell them through lunch the next day and things like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you'd be surprised. Like I said, when I was on ship on the Frederick, those popsicles, the frozen Kool-Aid, the plastic popsicle type thing, where
Yes.
you just in a plastic like bag, and it's basically Kool-Aid. You freeze it.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Marines loved that stuff. The sailors didn't buy it too much; they wanted the regular ice cream. But the Marines just ate that stuff up. And another thing, I had a frozen machine, a freezer, because like I said, I had ice cream sandwiches and stuff like that as well. And I would put Snickers in there and some other candy bars because some people,
Oh yeah, they're very
that's what they
popular
wanted.
that way.
Yeah,
Sure.
there was a lot of people that's what they wanted. So when I trained my
Frozen.
my relief, I told him what I was doing. I said, "Now you don't have to," but I said, "If you want to go to the movie and don't want to miss it, you let them know that hey, if you start that movie before I come in here and sit down, I'll never open it again." And he ran it for a week before I left, and he was doing like I was doing, going in there and like I said, the movie started around 8 o'clock. It was free.
Well, them candy bars and stuff are like flavors from home, and that would make it popular with people on a ship that are far from home.
Yeah, but this would even be even import in the states.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
sure, but you're still away from home.
how many thousand men and women are on an aircraft carrier?
It depends on the size of the aircraft carrier. It could be anywhere from 3,000 to 7,000 people. Why?
That's what I was going to say. 3,000 to 6,000 at least.
I mean, that's enough to support a McDonald's franchise, isn't it?
Well, those aircraft carriers have more than one cafeteria. Especially the bigger ones. They'll have two or three mess halls.
It's like the cruise ships. You ever go on a cruise ship? God, they got multiple dining rooms, and you can just go pick the one you want to dine in.
These very new aircraft carriers, they have almost 7,000 men on there, men and women.
Yeah.
Because they have both. And the Eisenhower type, not the Eisenhower, the Nimitz class had about 5,000 on them. That's and then the old ones, the really old ones, which were around till I see that, but they were around till the 60s, maybe early 70s.
I'm always
they only had
amazed.
about 3,000 men.
I'm always amazed.
Bigger, got more planes, so they had to have more of a crew, and all that.
I'm always amazed with how small the kitchens are for the amount of food they pump out. They bake their own bread. It's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
miniature city and everything.
We had
Well, yeah.
on
There's
my cruise
Tim.
ship to Dixie. We
Tim
were
showed
Tim,
up.
how are you?
we were a tender, a destroyer tender, and
Tim, we were talking about your walking street videos earlier.
Larry,
Genius,
you can
my
make me
friend.
answer this.
Absolutely genius.
As a Navy guy, did they put steroids in the food that they serve the enlisted people?
no,
Okay.
Why would you think that? Why would you think that? I'm curious.
Because the soldiers
There
that you
was
see,
rumors about that.
the soldiers that you
they might
see,
have.
some
I
of them,
can't say the Army didn't do it. I can't say that. I
the
was Navy.
soldiers.
You were more apt to get saltpeter than you were to get steroids. You got to remember also, I was in during the 70s.
Oh my goodness gracious. That would not be right. Neither one of those things would be right.
There was
I'm
a rumor
talking
that
about-
during boot camp they gave you saltpeter.
To keep you home.
My friends coming off the battlefield, they were all like ultra thin, ripped, big muscles. I mean, they were feeding them something in the chow.
You got go through what they went through.
Yeah.
Go do their workout. You're going to lose weight.
Yep.
You're going to gain muscle.
I had
Yeah.
a friend.
Just
I had a
out
friend
of
went into
back
boot
home.
camp over
self-defense.
200 pounds, came out around 170-something pounds. I went in, I came out, I had a 42-inch chest and a 34-inch waist, and that was in the Navy boot camp. Believe me, the Marine Corps and Army is a hell of a lot harder.
Yep.
I had a friend that was like grazed with a few bullets in Iraq, and oh my God, out drinking. I go out drinking with this guy, and I felt like the safest thing in the world because this guy's a naturally trained killer.
Yeah. But like I
Nobody-
said, though, I mean,
Nobody'd mess with him. I know that.
I went in over 200 pounds, came out 30 pounds or more or less. And like I said, I had a 42-inch chest, 34-inch waist. And believe me, like I said, our boot camp is nothing compared to the Marine Corps or Army.
Right.
You know, their calisthenics, their obstacle course, they went through that all the time. They would go on hikes with 50-pound rucksacks on their back, and they would go for a hike for 50 miles. We never did that in the Navy.
I would go out drinking with this guy Tommy O'Malley once in a while, and oh my God, he would just like look at people and give them the look and just shake his head like, you don't want to mess with us. He'd show him a few bullet wounds. Like, dude, I've been to war. You don't want to mess with me. He told me about like battles he was in Iraq and how they would go out after curfew and just clear the streets.
Well, like I said, my best friend went Marine Corps. I went Navy. Now he was like a brother. He was like a brother between me and my younger brother. He was a little younger. But he went Marine Corps. I went Navy. I knew some other guys that went Marine Corps, and I knew some other guys that went in Navy. And believe me, the Marine Corps and Army's boot camp is a whole lot harder.
Yeah.
Well,
And like I said, and then the thing I found out in boot camp that I didn't know before, that you guys may know, I don't know, it depends on how much you know about the military. Every Marine Corps medic is a sailor, every one of them. The Marines do not have any medical personnel. They're all Navy.
Yep. They're all
that's
Navy. Yeah.
interesting.
I found that out in boot camp because one of the guys in boot camp with me, I want to say it was Shrump. I could be wrong. But anyway, we were sitting around like you ever see the movie Full Metal Jacket where they sit around and tell you where they're from and what got you to join. Well, we actually did that in my boot camp. And he was sitting there and he said, well, he goes, I went into the Marine Corps office. He says, got everything done. And the guy asked me what I wanted to do, and I told him I wanted to be a medic. And he walked me out of the Marine Corps office, walked me over to the Navy office, and says, here you go. If you want to be a Marine Corps medic, you got to go to the Navy, go to boot camp, go to Corps school, and then come train with us. And that's what he had to do to be a Marine Corps medic.
When I met this guy Tommy O'Malley, I was like sitting in the bar and I was broke. I was getting just ready to go home. And he bought me a couple of beers and I couldn't return the favor. I was broke. So about a week later, I bump into him and his girlfriend, and I said, "Oh, thank you the other week. You hooked me up. You don't even know it. I was just sitting here broke waiting to go home, but I couldn't be polite enough to buy you a drink. And I'd like to buy you and your girlfriend a drink. I asked permission to do that, which kind of struck him as funny. I didn't just send it to him. You know what I mean? And we became great friends. And he told me like fighting in Iraq was like fighting in the Bible. All these people are living in mud huts and dressed in like turbans, and they're goat herders and farmers, and they're poor people.
Well,
And just
I knew
overran.
guys that served in country in Vietnam. I knew sailors and Marines both that fought in Vietnam. And now one guy, he was a tunnel rat. If you know what a tunnel rat is.
Yeah.
They stuck them in the holes.
Yeah, he's the one that go down in the tunnels and see if they can flush out the Viet Cong. So yeah, there were some tough situations. But like I said, he was a little guy. All your tunnel rats were actually very little guys. Because of the Viet Cong being so small, you had to be small enough to go in where they could go in.
Yeah.
Well, one thing this guy, Tommy O'Malley, brought home with him, which was worth a lot of money, he bought like a bag of lapis rocks from the Kabul Pass in between Afghanistan, wherever it's at. And when he was over there. And that was kind of cool. He had this big bag of like chunks of blue stone.
Like I said, there's
blue.
some strange stuff going on overseas during wartime. I was lucky enough, my orders to Vietnam were canceled. I was sitting in Yokosuka, Japan, when the Paris peace talks were going on, so they canceled my ship's orders. Now, my older brother was in the Gulf of Tonkin. He was there when they were cleaning out the mines. And, the mines that they had in the Gulf. He was there for that operation before he pulled brother duty with me on my ship.
They had a thing on TV the other day. They were talking about the Iranian Navy. And they said they don't really have any ships. They got all like little dirigible speedboats. That's all they got.
Yeah. Yeah, but one of those things, if you're not careful, especially if there's a couple suicide bombers on there, they can do some damage to a ship. You better believe they can.
Yep.
I've seen that the ship out of Yemen.
Ship in Yemen.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That was in Yemen. They damaged that one ship and killed quite a few sailors.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? In the Middle East, they mess around all over the place, but nobody plays games in the Strait of Hormuz, and it's only like 7 miles wide.
Well, that's one reason why not, because it's got some big ass guns on both sides of it.
Yeah, but it's like Iran is on one side and whoever's on the other, but it's only 7 miles wide. The United States Navy obviously has a heavy presence there, but you don't hear much of anything going on right there.
Nope. No, it's
they're attacked all the time going through the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
they have to escort the oil tankers through there. It's so narrow.
Yep. We were talking about the small boats because of what happened in Yemen. That if they're in that area and they see a boat coming at them at high speed, they will fire off a few rounds at the boat in front of it. And if it doesn't turn or stop, they will shoot the boat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that.
But that's all came about because of Yemen.
Yeah.
When I was in the boat,
Tim is reminding us that one of the ships attacked was the USS Cole. I remember that.
Yeah.
Well, that was in Yemen.
When I was in the boat business, we had an aeronail, if you know what they are. That's like a 40-foot surface drive speedboat. The props on the back of it are like 4 foot around. They're huge. And they're like cocaine running boats.
Well, like I said, because of the coal, and I forget how many sailors, there was quite a few sailors killed.
Oh yeah.
Because of the cold.
Always.
Because they looked at that small boat. What's it going to do?
Hey,
They
guys,
didn't
if you
want
don't mind me interrupting for a second, I just wanted to. The reason why I got Michelle Lazada on Frozen there is because she just won the 100 pesos.
All right.
Congratulations,
Congrats, Michelle.
And so I'm not sure, Michelle, that I have your Gcash number, but if somebody can message me through Messenger with your Gcash number, that would be great.
Hey, and remember, coming in June, Dan is doing a Toyota Land Rover. You heard it here earlier.
What was that old Toyota car that we used to ride around in Mini for many years?
Celica?
Corolla, before it became the Corolla. Tercel.
Oh, the Tercel, they were a joke.
Yeah, the
That was
Toyota
That was
Tercel.
even a cheaper car.
Yeah.
Corolla
They
was
were
a
like-
good car, but
Jason
they
is here.
weren't
The
fancy. But they
Tercel
were
was a
nice
good
cars.
car.
Jason 23 TV.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was the old Toyota Tercel.
Yep.
That machine was always getting stolen.
Yeah.
Oh my
Toyotas
goodness.
run forever back in the day.
Wow,
Yes,
50
it's
sailors
still-
were killed
it's
in
still
that
going
one.
on.
Yeah. The
Tim.
Corolla would run forever. I don't know
Hey,
about the Tercel.
well, the Corolla,
Wow,
it had a
all
little, it had a fuel mixture block on it that would always go bad because it needed to be maintained. You'd have to pull that thing off of there and clean it out all the time. But eventually, I remember that thing going bad, and I couldn't get it to work again. So I had to finding the parts for it was like crazy. And finally, I had to get it from Toyota in Japan. They sent me over the part.
Yeah.
People were like amazed, like, where did you get that? I said, I called Toyota Japan, and they found one of them on the shelf for that old Toyota Tercel I had. They mailed it out to me. They gave it to me for free.
Yeah, I
Wow.
imagine
All right,
because
Crystal, you and Mark don't work too hard. We know you're going to be in the background, so we appreciate it.
they crystals. Be careful. Have
Says
fun.
it's work mode now.
Take care.
Now, you're talking about the old car, the old Corolla?
Yeah.
I'll tell you the car I had that ran for almost ever was a 76 Dodge Dart Sport, flat six.
Oh, that
the-
would be worth
The
money
slant
today.
six, yeah.
Yeah,
they
that would
didn't
be
make
worth
it flat,
money
it was
today.
a slant.
There was a
Yeah.
slant six, yeah. My
That's
granddad
great.
called it a lazy six.
But anyway, it ran forever.
Yep.
Oh, they did run forever.
Yeah. My uncle had a Dart that he probably put 300,000 miles on.
Well, this thing, what finally put it out of commission, a hose leaked onto the motor, gas, and it caught on fire.
That will do it.
So, yeah.
I had one of them in a four-door Plymouth Valiant that had the slant six in it. And the
Oh,
thing
yeah.
ran forever. The rear eventually broke, and I sold it cheap, and somebody put another rear in it, and they drove it for a long time after that.
Oh,
We
hell
did that
yeah.
hardly even changed the oil
Yep.
in those damn
That was a good car. I love that car.
Hey,
The Valiant, loved it.
my first car was a 1955 Ford Galaxy four-door. That thing was so old, the trunk didn't lock, and you couldn't lock the doors.
Well, I had
But it had 400,000 miles on it when it finally gave up.
Well, in '89, I drove that Dodge Dart to New York City. The generator went out, so I had it parked outside of the gas station. I'm not sure.
That should have been an alternator then.
Yeah.
Well, it was an automatic. Well, whatever it was, it went out and the power died, so I had to have the car towed to a shop to get repaired. And overnight, because it was outside the shop, they tore the lock out of the trunk, sold my toolbox, got into the front of the car, stole my the radio that came with the car. I mean, what like it was a great radio, and they undid the hoses, the heater hoses, and so I was driving back, and I noticed on the heater hoses there were some rips in the. It was more like a cloth than plastic around it for the heater hose.
Yeah.
And I went to buy some new heater hose, and it was an off size. Like one end was like 2 inches, the other end was like 1.5 inches. And I couldn't find the right hoses for it. I could find one where both ends were 2 or both ends were 1.5, but I couldn't find where one was one and one's the other. So what I did, I took duct tape those hoses up to, and that worked great until the car finally gave up the ghost.
Yeah.
But and then I put in a much better stereo, put the lock back in the trunk. A friend of mine helped me. We pounded out where they tore it out, pounded that out. He had an old Chrysler symbol, put it over the lock, screwed it in, and then he took the what do they call that thing? It's like a grinder, but it's a small one. And we did the nuts. I mean the bolts, the screws. Ground it down so you couldn't put a screwdriver or anything in there to take it out. So that now they would have to tear that whole thing out, then get to the lock. So it made it a lot safer. But yeah, that was my first trip to New York City.
Yeah.
I was back in
That was a
89.
memorable one.
Huh? Yeah, that was a memorable one. But that was back in 89. First time I went to D.C., I went to D.C. first, spent the night in D.C., then went to New York City. I was driving friends there. Their dad was going to catch a plane back to China, and I drove them there. And they paid for the gas, they paid for the hotel rooms, and so I got to go for free pretty much, except I took my car, which I didn't mind doing that. But yeah, it was different.
Yep.
Hey, Michelle's the big winner today, but I have yet to see her Gcash number show up in my messenger account. So I'm just reminding you if anybody's got it.
Well, Michelle, she's still in the chat. Michelle, remember.
Maybe Larice has it. Larice can send it.
Winner, Dan buys dinner.
Yeah. Remember, Michelle, send your DM Dan with your Gcash number, or get somebody you know to DM Dan with it. Otherwise,
thank you, Larry. That'll buy you a cup of coffee and a donut, a Bavarian cream donut,
Michelle
I think.
says, coming, sir, Dan, wait.
All right. It's burning. The money's burning a hole in my pocket. I don't want to end up spending it at the 7-Eleven.
Burn a hole in my pocket.
Yeah.
I'll let you hold the big money, the big winnings. Hey, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Pacquiao Mertz, I don't know if you're there in the background, but maybe I'll send you I'll send you the money, and then that way you could she has just about everybody's Gcash number. I should probably let her be the trustee of the money. That would be a better way of doing it.
That's
well, take responsibility off you.
Yeah, is that the way you do it, Jack?
Yeah, send her the title to the Toyota.
Yeah. Pacquiao Mertz, if you're listening, is it okay if I just go ahead and send you the winning the $100, and then you can hang on to it and then distribute it out to the winner? Anyway, we'll chat with her and we'll work the details of that out. Because she has a PayPal account. It's easy just to send it off to her through my U.S. bank straight to her. Straight to her PayPal account.
That's what I have is PayPal. I don't have Gcash. I don't think we can get Gcash, can we?
No, wait, not unless we get a Philippine phone number.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So, is Gcash Google Cash?
No.
It's a Filipino
digital cash.
Deal.
Well, it's a digital wallet.
Yeah, it's a Filipino way of transferring money.
Yeah, it's in the Philippines only.
Google account that's like G Money or something.
Yeah, this is that.
Yeah.
Yeah, GPay. I don't have it, but
Gcash is only in the Philippines, and so you have to.
With
it was kind of a
number.
It was kind of a pain to set the whole thing up.
Now,
sure.
Dan,
Dan,
she
you
said
can
she's done PM'd you. Her number should be there.
All right, thank you. The whole thing about Gcash was I had to get the phone number, had to send them a copy of my passport, had to take a recognition picture for them, and then they approved it, and then about 3 months or 4 months after I had the Gcash account, they sent me a verification thing that said, take a picture of yourself and send it to us because we need to verify it's really you again. And I did that. So occasionally what they'll do is they'll re-verify they're gonna ask for verification.
Our Tim says Gcash is also in Korea and Japan.
So it is. Okay.
All right.
Hey, Dan, we're going to make it real easy for you.
Yeah.
You can just mail Larry that Toyota title, and he'll make sure that whoever wins it in America here gets it.
Well, I'll have to see if that salvage title's still hanging around someplace. Yeah, and I'm not sure they haven't crushed that old Toyota by now. Anyway,
I would think
you'll get a block on your lawn. Here's your car.
But hey,
when a paperweight.
I stayed with the Corolla. I got to tell you that after that, it ran so well. I mean, we put like 200,000 or 300,000 miles on it, if I can recall. Yeah, and then I said, well, dang.
Corollas were good cars.
They were noisy as hell, though. That's the only problem with them. You'd think that after all these years, they'd put a little insulation in them,
Well,
it's like driving a beer can.
The O2.
It's like driving a beer can. It rattles. It's kind of like, oh, no. But they never give up on you. They never give up on you.
Yeah.
My friend had it.
My ex had. That thing wasn't rattly like that. It was nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
they had a better car.
So when we came here, I had the Corolla. I said to man, Minnie, well, let's just, selling it. I don't know. I sold everything. We had plenty of money, and I just threw the kid. I just took the keys and was visiting the kid one day and said, "Here's the car. Give me a ride home." And he was shocked. He was like, "What?" I said, "Just take it. Give me a ride home. We'll figure out how to get to the airport." But he later picked us up, and I'll tell you what. One thing I don't miss is the ownership of a car. I got to tell you that straight up. I do not miss it.
No brake change.
Dan, I have to
disagree. No, it is a pain in the ass. A pain in the ass.
I have to disagree.
No registrations.
I never am going to own one here. Never.
Yep.
Where I live or where I've lived
you have to drive to work.
Larry, in the States, you can't. Oh, you have to in the States. There's no question about it.
Not to have a car, so
yeah.
Take a car. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you have to have one in the States, but over here you don't. You don't need one.
If you live in a city like Chicago, New York, DC, and I mean actually in the city, San Diego, where the buses run 24/7, you can get by without a car. Now it's inconvenient sometimes if the bus schedule doesn't coincide with what you need to do, but you can get by without it.
Yeah.
You can't do that in a lot of places, though.
Yeah.
Right.
My always a nightmare.
My last job was to work from home. So I didn't put 100 miles a month on my truck.
Well, my car's not even 2 years old. It's a little over a year and a half. I've already got over 22,000 miles on it. And I'm getting ready to put another about 2,000 miles on it with this trip coming up to Terre Haute and back.
Right.
So,
Hello, Manolo. How are you doing?
It's Manolo, Liz.
All right, guys, guess what time it is? It's Dunkin' Donuts time.
You got to quit that, Dan.
Well, I'm not going there to eat donuts. I'm going to go there to
have a cup of coffee and check out the women.
Yeah, that's all we're going there for.
Okay. I don't.
Minnie's going to be there checking out her second husband.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah, she's getting tired of me lately. Anyway,
relationship.
Well, you're forgetting when you met her. You're forgetting when you married her. You're starting to forget stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm forgetting all that stuff.
You're forgetting too much, man.
Yep.
So true. So true.
little Alzheimer's or dementia popping in there.
Yeah, could be. My sister,
Maybe Heiners.
I have a younger sister who was just diagnosed with dementia. So,
Well, that's
yeah.
another reason. That's another reason to get on that diet I told you about.
Well, my mom has dementia.
Eggs, pork, and what did you say? Eggs, pork, and potatoes? Is that what you said?
Beef, bacon, eggs, beef, bacon, butter, and eggs.
It should be easy to do because I love
noodles.
I'll tell you what, I love lechon baboy.
None of
I
those,
just
Larry.
love it. I love lechon
Larry,
baboy.
if you want to spike your blood sugar, if you want to gain another 100 pounds, and if you
I
want
can
to die
do that
young,
without anybody's advice. I know how to do that.
yeah. Well, if that's what you want, go for it.
I'm going to tell you
That's
something,
up to
Leonard.
you.
At my heaviest, I was 370 pounds.
Yeah.
Putting weight on is not a problem. It's taking it off and keeping it off.
Well,
now, like I told you guys, at least I told Dan on one of his videos, last time I weighed myself, I was down to 305. But we still got a long ways to go.
Oh, listen, I'm not sure that weigh-in in that DHL that we did, that video went over so well. Man, Minnie was, after she saw that, hey, I was supposed to give you the bag while I jumped on it. The bag must weigh 10 pounds, I'm telling you.
that bag's big
I'm
enough.
going to do another video on my weight, probably this week.
But I got a whole bunch of interesting videos. Dan, you need to lose some weight. I said, tell me something I don't know.
Well, like I said,
I got a whole bunch of messages from the girls, saying, Dan, you need to, and a couple of guys too saying, Dan, you weigh too much. You're too heavy.
Well, like I said, the scale I weighed myself on was a different scale than the one I took the video on.
Yeah.
The one I weighed myself on this last time was at home. It's one of those electronic scales.
Yeah.
Digital readout.
Yeah.
So I want to do a video where I'm at the gym again, and I'll weigh myself dressed the same way and see what I weigh.
All right, guys, it's time to call it a stream. Larry, take us out of here.
All right, everyone, we're getting ready to leave. I want to invite you all back on Wednesday morning, Philippines time, Tuesday evening in the U.S., and for Dan's next live stream. And we want to hope that you all take care of each other, stay safe, stay healthy, and be nice to each other.
Hey, the next one is the big spin. The next one's the big spin.
So make sure you pay attention. The big spin.
Jack, show up to the big spin so that we can simulcast it on your channel. All right. Take care, everybody. Thank you all again for your time. You're a great bunch of friends. Retro, thanks for giving your time today. We appreciate it. Have a good live stream. See everybody later. Bye-bye.
Bye now,
everybody.
Good night, gang.
And I'm bouncing out, everyone.